when you're about to take off the soap from your eyes, the water turns off, and you're tapping the water head wondering where the water went. And at the end of the shower, you have to end up showering with one full bucket of water. Well, unfortunately, this happened to me in my summer vacation in Mexico. Now, although our water shortage isn't as severe in California as it is in another country, like in Mexico, it's something that's becoming more and more of a problem as every year we waste and waste more water. And water is something that's essential for us, that we need to live, so we should try to think of conserving the water. Most of us live with a false security, thinking that we have water that we can waste and waste because there's infinite amount of water, but that's not the case. Today I will talk to you about our water shortage and try to convince you to conserve water by first giving you information about our water shortage, second, the causes and effects of our water shortage, and lastly, giving you some tips and solutions of what we could do to conserve water. So first, let's talk about the problem. I bet you're all wondering, what is she talking about? How can we be running out of water when about 70% of the Earth's surface is covered in water? Well, according to Principles of Environmental Science, written by William and Marianne Cunningham, about 97.5% of the water in the whole world is salt water. So it's water that is in oceans and in seas. So we can't really use that water. So that only leaves 2.5% of water being fresh water. However, 1.7% is locked up in polar ice caps, so we can't really reach that water. So us as humans, we only have less than 1% of water accessible to us to use. And not only do we have just 1%, but in California, the water levels of we hold water in reservoirs, so we can use that water, and the levels are dropping dramatically every year. According to BeWaterwise.com, every year, like, millions of gallons are being wasted. So now let's talk about the cause and effects of our water shortage. One of the causes is evaporation. We do live in the desert and there's a lot of sun. And of course, water is always being evaporated, but with us living in the desert, we need all the water we can get. So evaporation causes some water shortage. Also, according to the Coachella Valley Water District, 70% of our water is used for landscape. So, and a lot of water is used for agriculture. And also, something that causes the water shortage is population. As you can see all around the Coachella Valley, they keep building and building more things. So if more people come to live here, we're going to be using more and more water. So there's going to be less water. So that also affects the water shortage. And some of the effects in the Coachella Valley, we use most of the, according to Kurt Lushner, who's a teacher here in COD, most of the water we get is from aquifers. And aquifers are areas underground that hold water. And that's basically where we get the water. We build wells and we pump out the water. And that's where the Coachella Valley gets most of its water. Now, if you think of the aquifer as a savings account, it's like if you're living your whole life with that savings account and you keep just taking money out and using that to live, sometimes your savings account is going to run out. So the water in the aquifers is going to run out eventually, and we just keep wasting and wasting water all the time. Some of the solutions that can be used to solve the problem are very simple solutions. Even if the government doesn't get involved, there's a lot of easy things we can do to preserve water. Since most of the water that we waste is outside, we can instead of washing cars with the hose, we can just use a bucket, so we don't have to use that much water. And also, you can water your yard from like 8 a.m. in the morning when there's not a lot of sun, so there's not a lot of evaporation. And you can use a broom instead of a hose to clean the driveway. Also, a lot of people here, even though we live in the desert, they try to have really green, nice lawns. Like all the golf courses we have and everything like that, all the water is being wasted on that. And what people can do in their lawns is they can substitute the grass and make it look sort of like the desert and put rocks or plants that don't use that much water. And things we can do inside the house would be like turn off the water when you're brushing your teeth or shower shorter amounts of time. For example, I had to do a project to check how much water I spent in 2 days, and it was like 350 gallons or something, and that day I was only awake for like 10 hours, so that was pretty crazy. And if you think of the amount that I wasted and then times like everyone in my family and my neighbors, it's a huge amount. And another thing you can do is also just wash your clothes only when it's a full load, or also with the dishwasher. You're just turn on the dishwasher only when it's completely full. So today I gave you information of our water shortage, and second I talked about the causes and effects of the water shortage, and I gave you some simple solutions of the water shortage. And I hope you learned that conserving water is very important, because I don't wish upon anybody to have to shower with one cold bucket of water. Thank you.